Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal video. It's not going to be a project update or anything like that. It's going to be a product demonstration. I don't normally do stuff like this. I do paints, I'll show you my craft paints and stuff like that, and how I spray those and how I do the clears and everything to get a pretty decent finish on the model cars. But this is going to be a little bit different. Like I said, it's going to be more of a product review than anything else about some products that I got from Gaahleri. Now I've done their paints and kind of their clear a little bit with the paint, but this one is going to be airbrush that I've been using and a new one. I upgraded that and really like it, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about that, show you a little bit of that, both airbrushes that I got, and a new compressor that I've been able to buy recently, and I just got it actually yesterday. So pretty excited. I really like it so far. I've only used it for like a minute just to make sure it works and stuff like that. So I'm going to get things turned around and let's get on to the video. Okay, I'm going to start things off with a couple of airbrushes that I've been using. The Gaahleri Advanced series. This is basically their ground level, entry level airbrush. The GHAD-39. It comes with a .35 and a 0.5 millimeter tip. The dual action. A 1/4 ounce and a 1/2 ounce cup or pot. So a lot of features even just for the base entry level airbrush. You see the advanced GHAD-39 there, and you can see inside the cup. This is the smaller cup. It has this little dealie on the end, which is a trigger stop, control your trigger, dual action. It goes only back so far for better control, or you can open it up and it goes all the way back for full spray. So, just wherever you want to stop the trigger, that's where you can stop it. The back comes off, obviously, and then you just unscrew this, take your needle out. Really nice airbrush. I just bought another one a couple of months ago, so I've got 2 of them. This was my go-to airbrush for a little while now. I used a cheapie from Amazon that I realized how cheap it was, although it worked good and did what it was supposed to for me. I got a lot of good things out of it, but this just much better. Let me take the end off here and show you what I think is cool. Is the nozzle goes into your tip here. You can see it in there. I'm trying to get it out. Sometimes it sticks in there pretty good, but that's the nozzle. So you can take it completely off without worrying about breaking it, because it just comes right out. It just sets right in and works fantastically. And then you just line your needle up with it and screw it on. Makes changing things out very easy. Let me take off the cap, and there you see everything there. It's the nozzle still inside the housing there. So really nice airbrush. Like I said, I've got 2 of them. One, hopefully I can get outside next year into my shed so I can spray some lacquers. I've never sprayed lacquers through an airbrush before. Some colors I just can't duplicate with my craft paints. And I've got a couple of projects that I want to do that I just can't duplicate that color. A nice deep red, that I need the lacquer for. I just can't duplicate it. So, plus I can start spraying 2K clears. So I really want to try that kind of stuff and do that in my shed next year. So I need an airbrush set for the lacquers, and I have one of these set aside for that. Now let me move on to the upgrade that I did just a month or two ago, and that is for the Ace series airbrush, which is their next step up for their Gaahleri. They have the Mobius, which is supposedly even better, but this is, you know, I can't imagine using a better airbrush than these, honestly. I'm sure there are, but I just can't imagine, because these are amazing in my opinion. The GHAC-98D, their Ace series, this next step up. This one comes with a .38 millimeter and a 0.5 millimeter needle and nozzle. Comes with it. You don't have to buy them separate. It has the same nozzle setup and everything else, and it's just that much, you know, a little bit better than the 39. I couldn't imagine using a better airbrush than the 39, but I use this. This is, they're almost the same thing. Same needle stop that all the dual actions have, most of them have. Same thing, the back comes off, take the needle out, you know, dual action, stop the trigger wherever you want for better control. This one though has a mirrored cup that's been polished and is a little bit easier to clean out the paint, at least from what I've seen and used so far, experienced with my water-based paints. Rinses out and cleans out of the cup a little bit better. So that's a bonus, that's a plus. Same needle nozzle system set up and all that. Take the end off, you know, the nozzles, it just sets inside there, easy to clean, a lot easier to take it out and clean it. This one just feels a little more solid. No other way to explain it. It just feels a little more solid, a little more balanced, just a little tighter all around. The trigger's a little bit tighter and easier to work with to me, and sometimes you don't want to take this piece off, but you want to take the end off, you know, to help clean. And you can take this off without this coming off a little bit easier than with the 39. Just my experience. I don't know if it was designed that way, if that's just what I've noticed. Okay, just a fantastic airbrush, dual action. I've got my quick disconnect on both of them, actually all three of them that I have extra quick disconnect ends, so all three airbrushes that I've had and used have that on it. So that's it on the airbrush. Just a really nice airbrush. So entry level, the 39, it's about 40 or 45 bucks. Your next step up for the Ace series is about 50 or 60. I want to say 60. Okay. Also, I'm going to leave a link in the description for a discount on these. And what that's going to do is, on your very first purchase from Gaahleri, if you made a purchase with Gaahleri before, I don't think it'll work. You can try it. But if you're making your first purchase through the Gaahleri website, go through this link and you'll get 20% off all your products. Airbrushes, compressors, paints, anything like that, parts, whatever. You get 20% off your order if it's your very first order. Again, I'll leave a link in the description. I've done that a few times. So I'm going to put this away and I'm going to bring out the compressor I've just been able to buy recently too. Okay, now onto the compressor. I'm sorry if I get a little shaky here. I actually have to hold the camera because I can't set it on my stand and show you everything. It just won't fit in the window here. This is the Gaahleri Dual Drive GT-918 918. This is $129.99 on their website. Again, if you use the link in the description, If it's your very first order from Gaahleri, you get 20% off of that, which puts it right around $100. So I think it's a heck of a deal, because what you get with this is a compressor with a tank, dual air hose outlets. I'll show you that in a minute. Dual gauges, adjustable gauges, I might add. And you have spots here for airbrush holders. So you have a dual airbrush holder as well. Lots of nice features on this one. Dual air outlets, dual pressure gauges, dual airbrush holders, auto start, a 1-liter tank, and it is pretty quiet. I was kind of surprised at how quiet it really is. And on the back you have a water release valve, moisture release valve. Okay, what it also comes with, let me get things over here for you. Okay, so what it comes with, your dual airbrush holders. Go right in there and hold your airbrush. Pretty nice. You get 2 inline moisture traps if you need to use them for each outlet, and 2 air hoses. Now, I bought a replacement air hose that's exactly like one of these, because mine was getting frayed, and fits right on, works perfectly. Okay, so a couple of nice air hoses, 6 or 8 feet, something like that. Plenty of room if you're working, you know, in close proximity like I am. So really, really good stuff. Really nice looking compressor. I'm gonna get it plugged in, and I'm gonna do a quick comparison of the airbrush, or not airbrush, yeah, the compressor that I've been using. Okay, so let me get turned around and we'll get going on that. Okay, so for the sound test, we're going to start with the compressor I've been using. This is basically an Amazon special, 1/5 horsepower, same horsepower as the Gaahleri. This has a 3.5-liter tank compared to the 1-liter tank for the Gaahleri, but a little dusty. I've had this for 5 or 6 years that I've been using. It's been a great compressor, but if, like I said, if I'm going to be doing stuff outside, I need an extra compressor instead of carrying the same one back and forth to use inside and outside. Underneath my little card table here in my little spare bedroom, hobby room, paint on the floor, because yeah, I'm messy. So let me get this first, turn on the one that I've been using. Not too bad, not too bad. Underneath, you know, not a bad sound. I don't have a decibel level thing or anything like that on my phone. I can't really show you that, but that's the sound. Now we'll turn on the Gaahleri, and a little bit quieter. Not a lot quieter, but a little more subtle. I really, really like it. You can see the pressure's going up. Get them adjusted so they're basically at the same level. And the tank's full. I noticed this one, when it's cooler out, which it's getting to be in the fall here, takes like 10 minutes before it fills up with air. It has to warm up or something before it fills up with air. It just seems to be getting more and more, so I wonder how much longer that has anyway. So I took advantage of an opportunity and bought this one from Gaahleri, and it seems to be quite a nice purchase for me so far. I just got it, testing it, but there it is. I'm going to bring it up so I can show you a few more things with it, and then we'll end the video. Okay, so let me get my airbrushes ready here. Bring that around. My right hand is the right, and my left hand is the left. I'm going to run them both at the same time so you can see the pressure that it keeps, even with both airbrushes going at the same time. Okay, we'll start with the one on the right. The pressure knocks down to about 12 pounds. I want to get that right around 18 pounds working pressure. Now to the left. Again, adjust it. Up to 18 pounds working pressure. Now, both at the same time. And there you see, you might lose a pound or so pressure. They're both going at the same time. So, yeah, you can use both at the same time with this and not lose any pressure, basically. Okay, so that'll do it for this video. I hope I was informative enough to help you make a decision on either replacing what you might already have, upgrading or whatnot, your airbrush and compressor setup or whatever. And if you're looking to buy one to start airbrushing, if you're looking for a startup beginner airbrush compressor set, this is perfect as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely perfect. I don't think you could go wrong with it. Not a big financial commitment, in my opinion, at least, especially if you use the 20% off link if it's your first order through the Gaahleri website. I know I keep pushing that, but when you get a discount like that, you know, it's nice to take advantage of it. I've taken advantage of some of the discounts too and gotten some pretty good deals on this stuff. The only way I'm able to buy it. So again, hopefully it's not just a bunch of hodgepodge and you can't even figure out what I'm talking about or what I'm saying. And hopefully it was informative enough to help you make that decision. All right. Thanks for watching Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop. I really appreciate all your views and your likes and your subscriptions and everything. Hopefully I can keep giving you guys some good content to watch and help you out a little bit. All right. I'll catch you up in my next video.